Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Today's flavor is hazelnut decaf with chocolate caramel syrup. So it's kind of like a Nutella. So I took all the donation things out this morning. I did not even open the boxes to look because then I would be tempted to take it back inside. So there's a lot of boxes out there, and they're fairly heavy with dishes and glasses and mugs and all kinds of things that I just have an excess of. So I picked what I truly liked, and the rest I let go to donation. So today it's going to be 79 degrees and no rain. And we did not get rain yesterday. We were supposed to get some, but we didn't. So this morning I have to go out in the water, but that's okay. I need to harvest some things too. Some things like the mint and the oregano. Some of the herbs are getting pretty big. So I have to go out and harvest those. But I don't know if I'll do that today or just do some more decluttering. I'm not sure. It's not like I don't have anything to do. So let's put some creamer in the coffee. And I am thirsty this morning. And actually coffee is a diuretic, so if you're thirsty, it's not really the thing to drink. It's best to have some water first, but I like my coffee, so I'll drink that first. Okay. All right, let's give the hazelnut and chocolate creamer coffee a taste. I know it's good. I've been drinking it for years. Cheers. And it's very hot. So I have some work to do in the garden. I've kind of been letting that go while I've been doing my declutter project. But I need to get back to it. Why is there always a priority that has to be done like yesterday on the list? Do you guys have that issue too? I'd just like to take my time and get things done. But it seems like there's always something that's screaming, me first, and it's kind of annoying. So, all right, I am going to drink my coffee, and I will meet you at the budget book. So here is what I managed to get out of the Curios and other various places for the donation people. I didn't even open the boxes and look again because I don't want to be tempted to put it back. So there we go. One big donation project completed. Now on to the next. Alrighty, back at the budget book. So yesterday I did not spend any money again, so yay. So I've been trying not to overspend at all, and what I used to do was I have overdraft protection on my checking account. So what I used to do, if I ran out of cash, I would just go into the overdraft and use that, and it was almost like a monthly credit card. Well, what happened then, at the beginning of the next month, was I was always in the hole. If I went into the overdraft, let's say $300, then that $300, as soon as there was a deposit in my checking account, that $300 would be the first thing to come out of there. So it was like I was always in the hole, and I didn't have enough to cover what needed to be covered unless I went into the overdraft. Well, it got to be a vicious circle, and I don't do that anymore. So actually there is a little bit of money in my checking account before the next deposit comes up. And, you know, I just kind of used my overdraft as a credit card. But that wasn't a good idea, so I quit doing that because then I always found myself short and I never got out of that loop. So anyway, I went ahead and I put my dishes on Marketplace, the one set that I want to sell. I put the price kind of high because I checked the what they were selling for on eBay. And, you know, they were kind of expensive, so I could always try listing them on eBay too, and I would probably get have a little more luck doing that, and I might still do that. But for now, I'm going to try Marketplace and see if I can't sell them that way. So I'm glad the donation people are coming today and get all that out of the house. That was for me, quite a large donation. And a lot of the stuff that I actually still liked, but I didn't love it. So I just need to lighten up my load so that I can keep my house a little cleaner. So I'm not planning on going anywhere today, although I do have some books that I might have to take back to the library. I have to see if they're due today or tomorrow. So I might take them either day, I'm not sure. And so anyway, that's my update for the budget book and what I've been doing. And I'm trying to really live within my means and with the money that I have, and trying to gather up some extra cash so that I can maybe at least pay for the window. That would be nice, because that's going to cost me, I think it was, I can't remember now if it was $1,200 or $1,600, something like that. But it would be helpful if at least I could get that paid for. And the fellow that's going to do it said he'd be available in September. So fingers crossed that that might happen. So I have not been to the store in a long time because I'm trying to use up what I have as far as food goes, and I'm trying to stretch it as long as I can. Now my garden veggies aren't ready yet. My tomatoes aren't, I don't have any red ones yet. But there's a lot of tomatoes on there, so I imagine a lot of them will be coming ripe at the same time. And I have to figure out what I'm going to do with all those tomatoes. I was thinking about taking some and dehydrating them and making like a tomato powder, because that would be really good in the fall and winter for soups and gravies. And you know, you can use that instead of tomato paste. You can even make a tomato paste out of tomato powder. You just add less water than you would for a sauce. So I'm thinking about ways that I could try and preserve some of the food when it gets ripe. I tried not to overplant. I tried just to plant enough for me and maybe, you know, some extras for my daughter. And we'll see how that goes. I don't know, this year's garden was a big experiment for me because of all the newly developed sunshine from taking down those trees. So I'm kind of figuring out how much of everything that I need to plant next year, and then that should make it easier, and I won't have to continuously reinvent the wheel. Now what I will do, if I planted zucchini in one container, I'll put it in another container next year. But, you know, that's the nice part and the beauty of container gardens. All you have to do, it's not like in the ground where you have to do crop rotation. Whatever that container needs, you can buy that supplement or whatever and stick it in the container, and the plant will have the exact nutrients that it needs. But I'm by no means a master gardener. I'm still learning, and I think when you have a garden, you're always learning, always trying to make things easier and better, and one of my big goals is definitely to make things easier. So, all right, well, that's my little budget talk for today and what I'm doing. What are you guys doing? Leave a comment in the comments below and let us know. Share some of your tips and tricks for saving money. Effective manifestation does not require you to justify your desires or weigh your options. Allow yourself to follow your gut instincts and commit to what you want with 100% certainty. Gentle one, your prayers are always heard. Speak in a whisper and know that we are listening. Your faith is firm. You reach out to us without straying. You have learned to hear the still, small voice, and you have learned to speak to us in kind. Softly you request our attention. Softly we give it to you. Like the dove, you murmur your longings. It is our pleasure to fulfill them. We salute your grateful heart. Little one, your love of beauty serves you. As you love the world, you love me. I created this earth that it may fill you with delight. Sunset, moonrise, evening, and then night. Each daily phase brings you joy. The hummingbird, the cardinal, the hawk, each creature has its own delightful nature. As you appreciate the snowfall, quiet comes to your heart. Loving creation, you draw close to the great Creator. Name 5 things that give you joy. Choose one and focus on it. Say to yourself, this world is beautiful. This world is bountiful. This world is abundant. Say to yourself, I am prosperous. Repeat this as a mantra. Conclude by saying, this world is blessed. Readings from the book Life Lessons, 125 Prayers and Meditations by Julia Cameron. Okay, here's my project for today. I have to clean up all these things here. This is where I want to put my little greenhouse. I won't set it up today, but I have to get this cleaned up. It's a mess. I have way too many containers for starting plants. And over here, I have more plant starting containers. So I have to get all this cleaned up. It's kind of a mess. Oh, look at my zucchini, it's huge. I hope I'm getting some zucchini. I see quite a few flowers, and hopefully the pollinators can get to it. So, all right, speaking of getting to it, I'm going to get to it and clean this mess up. Alright, well this is all cleaned up now. I saved some of the containers. I'm not sure what I'm going to need of all these little start things. So I saved some of those, and maybe I'll start some starts for a fall garden. And actually this little greenhouse should be enough for now, but I do want to set up my bigger greenhouse. So, and then I have some reed fencing that I want to put up around the perimeter of this to make it a little more private. The HOA hasn't said anything about my little area here, but it could happen. So at least it's neat now. And I have, this is an old greenhouse that fell apart. I could order a new cover for it, but right now I don't need it. So until I need it, this is going to be how it's going to stay. And hopefully I can get my little greenhouse up sometime either this year or in the spring. Right, I have this section here that these are all dandelions and they're not treated with anything, obviously. I could make some dandelion tea out of this, but I think I'm just going to pull it up and forget about that. One of the things that I have to start doing is cutting down on the amount of work that I make for myself, and I do make work for myself, so I'm trying to streamline that clutter along with the other clutter that I'm getting rid of out of my house. So yes, I do want to be sustainable and use whatever I can, but it's to a point where it's just all too much. So I need to streamline my projects too. These guys like to get a suntan. So alright, I got this cleaned up for the most part. I have some little containers with seeds. Sometimes when I get the marigolds all dried out, I save the seeds. And then of course I still have that huge radish that I want to get the seeds from. That's over there, but I'm going to give it a little bit longer. And I looked at my zucchini and I'm starting to get zucchini and yellow squash. Yay! My nasturtium and my calendula are still looking good. And then I got that cleaned up. So that's about it for me today. I wish I could do more, but the old back is starting to complain. So, alright, it's time for some iced tea and a little R&R. And I think I'm getting lemons. Looks like it. You can't see. Well, they're back there. I don't know. They're little green ones, but they come out in clusters. That's how they were when I got this. So hopefully I can keep it alive another year. That would be great. And I actually have one tomato that's starting to turn red. I'm looking forward to eating that one. And my green onions are huge. I only bought 2 bundles of those, and I just planted them all over the garden. So I'm looking forward to those too. And then all my rescue plants are doing great. They're really, really doing nicely. And they were all half dead. So it's worth it to buy rescue plants. All right, well, I'm going to go in and relax a little bit. My tomatoes are like huge. They're taller than I am. This is definitely a food forest, and I'm so thankful to God for providing this wonderful abundance for me to eat. Well, the day just flew by. I can't believe it's almost 4 o'clock. So I'm having iced coffee instead of iced tea, and of course I'm having it with my chocolate creamer, but I need to make some more. That little carafe of iced coffee really lasts a long time. I don't drink it all day long. I drink it a few times a week. But anyway, I'm glad I got a little bit done in the garden today, and I hope we get some more rain. It's partly cloudy today, but I don't think there's any rain in the forecast for another day or two. But it always makes me happy because then I don't have to water, because that takes me a while. And I don't mind, but, got to be done or your garden doesn't grow. So, all right. Oh, and I wanted to say I went ahead and I bought this book because I really like it. This is the one I did the reading from earlier in the video. And the price on here is in the US $15, Canada $20, but I got it on sale. It's the hardback one for $7.50 US dollar. So anyway, I really like this book. I like the sayings in there. I like the meditations and the prayers in there. And that one belongs to the library, so I need to take it back. But I want my own copy because, I said before I want to do some meditating and just taking a breath and just being. So anyway, I did go ahead and buy that, but I think that's money well spent because I do read in there almost every day, and it's just little short meditations, and it sort of really focuses your mind on other things rather than all the stuff that goes on in your head sometimes, at least in my head. But usually I try not to let too many things bother me, but we're all human. We all have things that get to us once in a while. So when that happens, I can pull out that little book and just do a reading or two. So all right, cheers my friends. I like this cup too. If you like iced tea or iced coffee, get yourself a double-walled cup, and that way it doesn't sweat as much, so you don't have as much condensation on the outside of the cup, and you don't leave a puddle when you put it on your table. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. Oh, and the donations all got picked up. Yay! On to the next project. All right. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.